Saturday. It's about, oh hell, we'll just say it's 6:30 in the morning. I got my coffee. I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'm going to get that underway. And then after breakfast, I think I might just have to go outside in my garage and play with some beer. So once I get done doing my morning routine, we'll go on outside. Just thought I'd show all you people who don't know what snow is that it's snowing right now. Just decided to open up my garage, show y'all. And my garbage day was yesterday, and it was so cold this week that the city didn't want the garbage people going around and picking up garbage, so it's been sitting there. Classy. So, snow. Perfect day to brew. Just want to make a note to everybody that every single time I have ever gone into my garage this winter to play with my brew rig, to do anything in my garage, it has snowed. I don't have anything against it. It's just a weird coincidence. Welcome to the brewing of the Baltic Porter! 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 First brew day ever with this rig. I'm currently filling up a mash tub, which is almost full. Oh my gosh! Okay, so just filled up my HLT with some hot water. We're going to get this puppy rolling. Just going to heat up the water. Once I get my water to the right temperature I want, I currently have my strike water and mash out water heating up in the kitchen to the right temperature for strike. Since I run Herms, I'm not going to be adding additional water for the mash out. It's all going to be included in my mash tun, all in one addition. So, whew, it's cold out here and I'm out of shape. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to heat this up. Once we're at the right temperature that I feel I should be at, I'm going to add my strike water in. I don't have the grains ready yet. I mean, I do. They're all milled. I'm just waiting to add them. I'm going to let it all equilibrate in there. And then once it's all ready to go, we're going to add in our grains. And then once we add in our grains, we're going to let it sit. This is a big beer, a nice hefty Baltic Porter. I'm going to leave this to mash for a little over an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Then after the mash, I'm going to raise the temperature with my HLT, and we're going to go to a mash out. Once we reach mash out, then I'm going to drain the runnings into my boil kettle. Then you fill it up with more water, let it sit, let it settle, you vorloof, and then put it in your boil kettle. And then you start your boil. So, are you ready to brew? I know I am. Inside of my HLT, after I got done filling up with water, that's about 15 gallons of water in there with my heat exchanger in there for the HLT. It's copper tubing, 50 feet. So a quick run around of how this thing works before I get started. You got your mash tun. I'm going to fill up with the grains and strike water and mash out water. Wart's going to come out of the outlet, go into the pump. Oh, I forgot. I promised Mike I was going to show the finger. So, wort comes out, goes into the pump. Comes out of the pump, goes into my HLT heat exchanger. This is the inlet for the heat exchanger. Compression fitting. Oh, where's my finger? There it is. It'll make its way all the way around in there and come out down here. Then it'll go right back up to here. And this, my friends, is how we brew beer. Oh yes, look at that sexiness. I decided since I'm going to be making a big beer, I threw in some rice hulls. As you can see, I got a very fine crush. Look at that. I think I might have crushed some too fine, which is another reason why I threw in the rice hulls. So it just smells amazing. I got so much malt in there. I got Munich malt, I got aromatic malt, I got Munich malt, I got Pilsner malt, I got malt coming out of the yin yang, man. Gosh, this thing is just gonna be like pow, malt. And to top it off, it's gonna be lagered with Munich lager yeast, which is just gonna make it go zing. It's gonna. I'm aiming for that sweet maltiness with a nice touch of hops. Wow. Okay, so here we go. Okay. Got my valve switch turned on. If you want me to do it again, I'll show you. Hopefully you heard that click from way over there. I'm trying to show you the whole thing and try to pick up the volume as well. So, I'm going to light my pilot, then I'm going to turn my burner on. Alright, pilot's going, burner's going on. We have fire, ladies and gentlemen. I've already added 5 gallons to my mash tun. I'm going to add the remainder, which is almost 8 gallons of water. Okay, so we are currently at 136. I want to reach a target of 156. So I'm actually going to play with my thermostat here. I still have it set to 153. My bad. I can just simply do that right now. Watch as I use my awesome equipment. So we want to change our target temperature. We're simply going to go to our target temperature and we're going to change that puppy to 156. Set. We're done. Oh my gosh, it's magic. Almost at our mashing temperature with the HLT. We're almost there. About 10 more minutes, 15 tops. Just about at our mash in temperature. I'm going to dough in. We're at about 154. I'm aiming for 156. I could at least get my grains in there and get it ready to go. Oh, it smells so good. That is awesome.
Stir it up, Lou. Oh my God, that smells awesome.
Wart's already going through the heat exchanger, which is awesome. Dunk that in there, bring it out. I got a giant ball of grain right there. So what's nice about these huge containers is you can use this huge spoon and just mix it up. Yeah. Mix it up. Alright, we're finally at our mash out temp. I haven't reached it yet, but I'm at that point. That's what I need to say. So I have dialed up my thermostat to go to about 175. Beersmith is telling me 168. I'm going to go higher because at that mash out temp I don't trust it. So I'm mashing out a little bit higher, which really shouldn't matter because it'll just help out my boil. And the beauty of the Herms is even if you do go to that temp, it'll slowly increase due to the heat exchanger and the small amount of volume going through it. So that's going on there. After mash out's done, we're going to sparge like I said, and then once the sparge is done, we're going to start our boil. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to everybody at the Homebrew Network for their support. All the questions I've asked I've gotten my fair share of smart-ass answers, but that's because the guys are awesome, and I appreciate their help. So, in all honesty and sincerity, thank you. Everybody there is awesome. A bunch of geniuses everywhere around the world. It just depends on what time of day you log on. You can get anyone from Turkey to Australia to Brazil. Anywhere in Europe. America, obviously. So, if you get a chance and you're watching this video, if you didn't subscribe to my thread, please subscribe. I'm going to be putting up more videos. Also, please visit the Homebrew Network on Facebook. Like I just said, we're there to help. If you have any questions about homebrewing, we're there to help. We've got everybody from fellow homebrewers all the way up to master brewers, brewers assistants, you name it. People who work in the field, people who do it just like me and you in our own homes. It's great. We also have a website, www.thehomebrewnetwork.com. The website is slowly growing. It's brand new. But if you go on there, you might just find what you need. Alright, boys and girls, we have reached our limit on the mash out. My timer's going off. So it's time for us to get our first runnings, move it into the boil kettle, sparge, boil kettle, do the boil, add our hops. One of the ingredients that I'm interested in using, because I've never done this before, the ingredients calls for licorice stick. See if we can get that in the photo there. Licorice stick. Product of Italy. I don't know if that matters. Anyway, so last 10 minutes of the boil, we're going to add our licorice. Okay, we are at 174-ish on both. So, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to stop recirculating. We're going to turn this burner off. We're out. The burner is off. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to turn my pilot light off. So, from what you remember, here's what we got going on. Right now, the way I got it hooked up is the wort is coming out of there. Going to the pump. Pump is sending it up to the heat exchanger. Heat exchanger is working its way down, coming back out, popping back up. So that's what I got going on. So what I'm going to do right now is, since I'm not fly sparging, I'm going to use my trusty bucket here, measure out the right amount, make sure I'm hitting the right amount to add into my boil kettle. Alright, so right now I'm just getting off the first runnings. I'm going to go ahead and turn my pump back on. Now we're moving. Oh, I don't know if you... Oh, there we go. I think I got enough lighting in there. You can see just the top of the grain bed there. It smells awesome. Real quick, I just want to show you, as I'm crouched down really low next to the bucket. I'm going to take my dropper, take a little bit of sample here, mix it up. By the time it reaches from here, in just one single drop. Whoop. I am just at almost 16 bricks. It's like 15.8, 15.9, somewhere around there. That's hot damn good. So we collected first runnings, put it in the boil pot. It started to burn. We're going. Since I'm not fly sparging, I'm going to volute. So right now, I've recycled the wort. This is the first time I've recycled it. So I'll probably do it 1 or 2 more times. And once that's done, then I'll move all that into the boil kettle, and then we can continue the boil. The boil will eventually be reached. I'll do my hop additions. Then we can move to the addition of the licorice stick. And then we can move on to the cooling of the wort. And to then the carboy, which I'll be putting this into. Glass carboy. And then pitch the yeast. I made a starter for this. So that's what we got going on. So we're going to go ahead and add our licorice stick. Here we go. Licorice stick. Wow, look at that. Breaks down real easy there, doesn't it? We've reached our rolling boil. Don't know if you can see that. It's roaring. It's moving around. It says, "Feed me hops." So we got ourselves some Northern Brewer. I love that smell. I love it. And you should love it too. Love your hops. Love your hops, and you'll love your beer. Alright, luckily for me, I'm using a large container so I don't have to worry about a boil over. There's our first addition. We're going to go 90-minute boil. So I'm going to add it 20 minutes, so we got 70 to go.